So I have now had the honor to try out both of these remotes. Which one should you buy? Hi, my name is Sydney, and I'm a first-year med student at WashU. And if you have heard anything about med school, or you're currently in med school, you know that people do a lot of Anki. But what I feel like people don't talk about enough on this app is how much Anki sucks. Nobody likes doing it. It's boring, it's repetitive. And to compensate for that, people have tried to gamify the experience. And so that can look like a lot of ways. Like I have an add-on right now that shows me puppies every 20 minutes, or it has a beeper that auto-events if I don't answer a card fast enough. And so what some students will do is they'll take it even a step further by using remotes to maybe help gamify it further and keep you mentally stimulated as you do your cards. It's also really helpful because now you don't have to like manually use your keyboard and like hunch over your fingers every time you want to do Anki. So you can just like have it in the palm of your hand. But it's time to finally decide which one of these are better. On my right, I have the one that a lot of med school students use, which is just like a Nintendo remote control that isn't necessarily made for Anki, but works fine for it. And on my left, I have the official Anki remote. They sent me it about 2 weeks ago. And their whole claim to fame is that this is the one that's really made for Anki. So I tried to try it out. And so I think that both of these essentially accomplish the same goal, right? Like gamify the experience. You have buttons so you can press, right? But in every other way, I feel like Anki Remote beats its competition. I'll tell you why. So first off, I really like the shape of the remote. I think that I didn't notice that I didn't like the shape of this, but obviously this one's meant to be played like this. So just having it in your hand is a little bit too uncomfortable. On this end, they know that you're gonna be playing it vertical, so they have little grooves in it, which I like. Also, I feel like it just can't be overstated how helpful it is to have something already made and programmed for Anki. I remember when I first got this remote back when I started med school, it took me like a couple of days and a lot of YouTube videos to get to the point where this programmed without any bugs. You have to like download different softwares, you have to like troubleshoot it. But with this, it took me maybe about like 10 seconds from the time that I charged it to the time that it connected to my Windows, which I really, really, really appreciated because I was losing my mind over this. And you can look it up right now. Like if you look up 8bitdo not working for Anki, the amount of resources that come up for that is actually astounding. And I think it goes to show that like, it just wasn't meant for Anki. Like it's a fine remote and it does it, but this promo came at a really great time because this one stopped working for me. And so I think that having something that's really made for Anki goes a long way. So my final review is if you already have an 8bitdo, I get it, right? 100% get it. I'm not sure if I would like sell it and get an Anki remote instead. But if or when this stopped working as it did for me, or if you don't have a remote already, I would consider investing in the Anki remote just because I think that this one is a little bit more of the one-time investment that this one claims to be. And I've seen a lot of people's remotes stop working, or when they do stop working, not have enough customer service to get it working again. So you end up buying two of these, but you could just buy the one. Very special thank you to Anki Remote for allowing me to try out your product. You've changed my life.